Has anyone really recovered from what we just watched on Sunday? That first 20 minutes. I think I've watched it back about 10 times. I haven't recovered, but we've got to go all again on Thursday at Everton in what is a very different game to what we just witnessed at the weekend. Two teams challenging for the top four to now one team battling for their lives on Merseyside against a team pushing for the Champions League. Opposite ends of the table. It's probably going to be scrappy. It's probably going to be very, very intense. But if we are going to get them Champions League places and make it ours, we have to go to a team in 19th in the table as I make this video and take the points. The Everton match preview is coming up, Newcastle fans, so make sure you do us a favour and stick around. Welcome back to Black and White Banter, you lovely Newcastle fans. Now, I normally start these videos by saying I hope you've had a great week. I don't hope you've had a great week. I know you've had a great week. It's Wednesday as I make this video. And after that, don't even know how to describe it. That 6-y game on Sunday, you can't have had a bad one. I don't care how stressful work is. I don't care how much of a nightmare the kids are being. I don't care whether you've just become unemployed and you've just found out that your house is burning down. Because that on Sunday was a unique game that will never be witnessed ever again. That first 20 minutes, my God. My pants were wet watching that. I'm sure that the stadium staff haven't even managed to clean up my seat in St James's Park. That was incredible. Absolutely incredible. And it feels like almost too soon to be doing the match day again after that, because we just want to enjoy the aftermath of it and just take a breather. What a day. What an afternoon in St James's Park. But like I just said, we are back again and we're going to have to go again pretty soon. 3 games in 7 days, 2 at home, 1 away, and that away game is coming up. It's Everton, it's the Toffees. I've never really liked Toffees, and that's funny because I've never been a huge fan of Everton either. Always this weird rivalry over the last 2, 3, 4 years that's developed between us and them. You want to call it rivalry? I know we call them the Scouse Mackhams. Whatever, it's been there. Again, Everton don't fall into that category of teams I hate. I know a lot of my friends do hate Everton as a football club. I don't like them. I do think their fans can be a bit obnoxious, but I don't hate them. But there is a bit of a rivalry that's developed there. But anyway, before we get into the match preview, do us a favour, Newcastle fans, whether you're a subscriber, whether you're not, drop down, give us one of them. That takes you no effort, but it means a lot to me. It makes this video editing worth it as well. And if you like my opinion by the end of this video, whack that subscribe button. If you want to check out my Spurs match vlog from that crazy game on Sunday, just go a little bit further down. That's there for you to watch if you are new to this channel right now. Go on, give it a click after you've watched this. So yes, it's Everton. It's Thursday night. It's Goodison Park. It's a very different game for both teams. As I make this video, I'm doing this a little bit later than planned. Nottingham Forest have just beaten Brighton, which is a great result for us, by the way. In terms of that top 6 bunch of teams, Brighton have looked very good. They've just lost in a bit of a shock at the Forest ground. And what that means for Everton as we go into this, they are 19th in the table. Everton are 19th in the table. Really struggling. A win would be huge for them. So it's a massive game. And likewise for us, it's a massive game. As I said at the start of this video, yes, of course we've put a gap between us and Spurs of 6 points now. That's why Sunday was huge. But we do not want to be allowing any teams to make ground on us. The likes of Spurs, the likes of Liverpool, who a lot of people now are fancying to really push for the top 4 in the running between now and the end of the season. We cannot allow slip-ups against the team 19th in the table to stop us from getting them Champions League places. I spoke to fans on Sunday who told me that they would probably be disappointed now if we got Europa League, which is a crazy statement. It's an absolutely mad statement that we'd be disappointed if we got Europa League. But when you have been in the top 4 places as long as we have, of course your expectations change. It's a bit like Arsenal, who I've just watched lose to Man City. They've been at the top all season. And yes, it's still a good season for them, but to lose the title this late on, is a massive kick in the bollocks. And it's the same for us in Champions League. We are so close to getting over the line. We've got home games to come. We've got winnable home games. We've got winnable away games to come. And Everton is a winnable away game. Now, this match for me, I don't expect it to be good on the eye. I don't expect this to be a good one for the neutral. There's a lot of Newcastle fans might be going there thinking that this is a banker for us. I think that would be very naive. I'm actually more worried about this game than what I am some of our harder home games coming. As it stands at the moment, and I could go on record, this could be a stupid statement, I'm more worried about Everton away than I am Arsenal at home. Which sounds mad because that's me not being as worried about the team that's top of the league as opposed to the team that's 19th in the league. But I just think it's going to be such a scrappy affair. It's going to be a very weird atmosphere from the Evertonians because of how important this game is for them. We know Sean Dyche is going to have them set up very solid. He knows what we possess with the Isaacs, the Willocks, the Joe Lintons, the Brunos, the Murphys, if Sunday's game's anything to go off. He knows we've got threats all over the pitch and he's going to want to make sure we don't get the fast start that we got against Spurs. So I don't think it's going to be a pretty one on the eye. It's going to be a battle. It's going to be very intense. There's going to be a lot of battles need to be won by us, but we have not been very good away from home for a while now. Brentford, we weren't very good. West Ham, I didn't think we were great despite the scoreline making us look like we were incredible. Aston Villa, we were awful in our last away game. Absolutely worst performance under Eddie Howe. And the fast start is something that we don't see away from home. We mainly see it at St James's Park. Eddie Howe's talked about in his press conferences before this game. Can we take that Spurs game, that high intensity, that pressure on the goalkeeper, Mr. Jordan Pickford, little arms, straight from the first whistle, a nervy crowd become nervier, and then just pile it on? We've got more quality than Everton. Of course we do. Of course we do. We've got a bloody £63 million striker who looks like one of the best in the league. He's only probably been playing his football after injury for 3 months. We've got the quality. We just need to be able to turn it on. And don't forget, this game is exactly the same as it was last season. We went down to Everton. I was there. They were fighting for their lives under Frank Lampard. We were looking pretty good, pushing into that top 10 on about 4 months in Eddie Howe's reign, and obviously we got beat. Devastating. 97th minute, I think Iwobi scored in. So we've been here before, we've experienced that atmosphere before, and I do not want the same feeling coming out of Goodison Park on Thursday as what I did last season. We need to give these a good game. We've got more quality than them, so if we can really turn that on, we'll win in that area. But can we match a Sean Dyche team in aggression and battling and intensity? Eddie Howe's Newcastle team that I know can match any team for intensity, but can we do it tomorrow night? Because we didn't do it at Aston Villa. We weren't great at Brentford, and West Ham pretty much handed us the points. And then you go further back, games at the likes of Bournemouth going further back. Just generally speaking, away from home since the turn of the year, we haven't been great performance-wise. Results have obviously shown that we haven't lost many, but performances haven't been wonderful. And it's frustrating because when you see Newcastle play at St James's Park, we tear Man United apart, we tear Tottenham Hotspur apart, and then some. Literally, Tottenham needing emergency care. We tore them apart that bad. They needed sewn back up. And then away from home, we haven't had that for a bit now. So that's going to be interesting to see. But make no mistake about it, this will be a battle. And if we go, we end up destroying them 3-4-0, I sit here corrected, don't I? And I'll happily sit here corrected. Of course I will. But teams, I wouldn't make too many changes for this one. Why would you? We've just scored 5 goals in 20 minutes. Back four stays the same. Yes, I wanted Dan Burn to come out. Do I still want Dan Burn to come out? Well, no, because after a result like Tottenham, I think he deserves his place. He wasn't troubled much on Sunday, as none of our defenders were. But he probably deserves to stay in. Midfield picks itself. Joe Willock, you just keep doing those absolutely majestic, world-class passes, and you can have my babies. That pass on Sunday, I'll never get sick of watching that. That might be one of the best assists I've ever seen at St James's Park. Bruno's wonderful on Sunday. Long may that continue. Jacob Murphy, just keep doing what you are doing. Jacob Murphy is intense. this is the sort of game I would like to see him in, if I'm being totally honest with you. He's a high-press character. He likes to get a ball in early. That could cause Everton's backline some problems. So for me, the team doesn't change. Anthony Gordon, of course we'd love to see Anthony Gordon score against his old club. Of course we would. But let that happen as an impact sub. Let him get all that horrible reception when he comes on as a sub, and I've got no doubts about it, it'll be toxic. But every single Newcastle fan will be roaring you on Anthony with every kick of the ball and every run you make. So go and prove them wrong, lad. They gave you an awful thank you when you signed for us. Go and prove them wrong. Go and bang in the winner in the 90th minute. Wouldn't that be nice? But yeah, Maximin's still out, so keep the team the same. You've got Wilson to come off the bench. You've got Almiron to come off the bench. Look how impactful they were against Tottenham on Sunday. Everton have got injuries and suspensions, so it looks like Holgate got sent off in the last match, so it looks like Godfrey might come in. I don't rate Godfrey at the age he is now, so that would probably only work in our favour against the likes of Joe Linton, Isak, some of the height we have from set pieces, and we haven't been a good set piece team. Your Botmans, your Shahs, your Dan Burns, so that's only going to work in our favour if a more rookie defender who hasn't played that much football comes in. Everton haven't won a game since the 11th of March. 11th of March. They've had draws, they've had defeats, and that's why we have to get the points. A team who's going to qualify for Champions League football has to go to places like Everton and firstly not get beat, but more importantly at the business end of the season, pick up the points. Do I think Newcastle are going to do it on Thursday night? Yes, I think they'll have what happened last season when we lost to them in late on in the back of the minds. Eddie Howe will have not forgotten about that. He's actually mentioned it in his press conference. We spurred on by that Tottenham game, which was absolutely wonderful. And I think the players are now starting to realise those Aston Villa performances cannot happen. That Aston Villa performance I said could be a catalyst for the rest of our season. I think that could be the case, starting again at Everton tomorrow. So I'm going to go for Newcastle. Do I fancy us to concede? I'll go for Newcastle 2-1 tomorrow. I backed 2-1 against Brentford in our last away win. So I'll do the same again. I will do the same again. I'll go for 2-1 Newcastle. Oh, it's a big game. It's business end of the season. I am going down to Everton. I have got a ticket. I changed my mind after the Tottenham match. I wasn't going to do any more midweek ones. It's a bit of a stress. It's a lot of this moolah. It's a lot of, I've got to find dog care. But when you beat Tottenham 5-1 and you get offered a ticket, I can't say no. So there will be a match vlog coming. There wasn't going to be. So make sure you subscribe, Newcastle fans, to check out my Everton match vlog. And there'll be another one against Southampton on Sunday. The match vlogs are going to keep coming. So if you've stuck around this long, firstly, let me know your predictions in the comments. Let me know if you'd change anything team-wise, who you think the threats from Everton are, and what sort of threat you think they possess as a team under Sean Dyche now. Let us know in the comments. Whack that subscribe. The next time you'll see my face on a YouTube video should hopefully be a smiley one, because we're 3 points closer to going to Real Madrid, the Bernabeu, the Nou Camp and the Allianz Arena next season. Fingers crossed, Newcastle fans, and I'll see you on the next video. However, lads!